Hi everyone, I'm Nick, a freelance graphic designer with a real passion for custom car art. I've always wanted to turn a car into a piece of art, but to make that happen, I needed someone brave enough to let me try. At first, I went around asking people if they wanted their cars repainted or custom painted. I was even willing to do it for free, but everyone said no. They didn't know who I was, and they definitely didn't trust a stranger with their car. I understood that, and I didn't blame them. But the more I searched, the more discouraged I became because no one agreed. I went home feeling sad and disappointed, thinking maybe I should put this project on hold since I had no car to practice on. Just when I was about to give up, I suddenly remembered my brother once mentioned wanting to change the color of his white Porsche. So I called him and asked if I could do a custom paint job on his car. At first he hesitated, the car was expensive after all, but after thinking about it he agreed. He said, "If it turns out great, I'll keep it as a memory. If not, I'll just repaint it. No big deal." Hearing that made me so happy I can't even describe it. The next morning my brother drove the Porsche over. We talked for a while and I asked him what kind of design he wanted. He said he loves speed and Jaguars, so anything with a Jaguar theme would be perfect, as long as it looked bold and impressive. After he left, I felt excited but also nervous. Nervous that I might not do a good job, or worse, disappoint my brother. I pushed those thoughts aside and got to work. First, I cleaned the car thoroughly. Then I took photos of all the angles I needed for the design. I imported those photos into Photoshop and started testing different sketches to see which one fit best. Since I'm a graphic designer, that part went pretty quickly. After trying a few options that didn't look right, I finally found a design I was happy with. The next day, I started sketching directly on the car with thin marker lines. I focused on the headlights. That's where I planned to draw the eyes of the Jaguar. Those two spots would be the centerpiece of the whole design. The rest of the car would be covered with detailed Jaguar spot patterns. It sounds simple, but it really wasn't. Jaguar patterns are complicated and hard to draw. They require precision and a lot of detail, but I had to give it my all. Eventually, the sketch was done. It was already 1 a.m. I had worked non-stop and completely lost track of time. The next morning, I started mixing paint and preparing to add color. This was the most important part. I had to be extremely careful and precise. It took the most time, too. It wasn't until 2 days later that the coloring was finally done. I worked almost day and night. After more than 4 straight days of painting, the artwork was finally complete. I sprayed a protective clear coat on top. It made the car shine and kept the colors durable. When my brother came back to pick up his car, he froze the moment he saw it. He walked over, hugged me, and said, "I didn't expect you to do this well. You exceeded everything I hoped for." Hearing that made me emotional and incredibly happy. It felt like all my effort and passion were finally paying off. This is the first project in my car art journey. I know I still have a lot to improve, so I'd love to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment so I have more motivation to create better content. Thank you so much for watching.